What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. I'm here to do American Horror Story Cult Episode 6. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're at a rally, and Kai is rallying up the people, and he's getting them all riled up, and then gunshots break out. This episode, they edited because of what happened in Las Vegas. I didn't watch the unedited version. I watched the edited version. I might go back and watch the unedited version, but this is the review you're going to get for this one. Gunshots break out. People are dead, okay? Somebody's getting shot. Everybody's running. We see Ivy ducking behind something, and the police are out there, and they're telling someone to drop the gun. The camera pans around in this alley. She has a gun in her hand, and Kai is shot on a podium. So we're back to Meadow. She's screaming at the window again. You remember that? She was taken away just like that. I'm sorry, y'all. Wait. Allie hangs up on Ivy, and then she locks every door and window in the house. Dr. Vincent calls her, and she's like, "How did you know to call me?" Dr. Vincent says that Ivy called him and said that she called you that you were in distress. She said that she doesn't believe Ivy anymore. He says, "You're having an episode. You need to calm down." She thinks Ivy is involved, and he says the lawyer is going to use this to take your kids away, girl. You need to chill out. Just don't do anything. So this obviously means she's going to get up and do something, because we know Allie. Allie goes across the street. She has a knife. She has some pepper spray. She climbs into the bathroom window, and she hears booty going on. And she walks around the corner, and she sees Harrison and the police officer getting booty. And one of them had thigh highs on. I was like, y'all better do it. It's so gross, but y'all better do that. So they were doing it, and she steals the keys out of the pocket. She goes into the garage. In the garage, Meadow is hog-tied up, or she's tied up. Yeah, she's tied up in the garage to a chair, so she does her out of the chair. On the way out, Meadow grabs her purse, and she knocks over a toolbox. They hear. So the cop and Harrison, they come running in. She pepper spray them. You know, they get away. They get in the car. They drive away. They go to the restaurant, and Meadow is already stealing shit in the restaurant. I'm like, Meadow is trifling as hell. She says they're going to be safe there for a few days. And Meadow say, "Hey, no, we get to get out of town." And Allie says, "I'm not leaving without my son. You need to tell me what's going on with everything. Is my wife in this? You need to convince me." "Girl, how do you think we got into your house with the guinea pig?" Ivy turned the alarm off. She unlocked the door for us to kill the guinea pig. Why is she doing this? To make you crazy? To take your son, girl. That's why she doing this. The chemical trucks, their water, the dead birds, they did that all over the city. She was just one project. They have lots of different projects, and they're softening people up for the takeover. No, not Ivy. She doesn't believe in anything. And she says, basically, that's how it starts, girl. You got room for him when you don't believe in nothing. Beverly is reporting. They're looking at a report with Beverly on the TV, and she recognizes Kai, who is running for city council. She says that's the guy who made the protesters go away. And Meadow says, yes, girl, because he paid them to be there. You can't just join the organization. He got to pick a flashback. Kai and Meadow, she's basically talking about he made her fall in love with him. Kai and Meadow talk over about her drawings, and he gives her a lot of praise. He's really making her feel special. So she goes into this long diatribe about she was nowhere near having it all, and she was angry, and Kai set her free and all this. So he kisses her, and he kind of like leading her on to think that he like her and he want to be with her, but he really don't. He does this to everybody. He gives her this speech about her being a larva, and she have to shed her shell and all this, and she burns brighter than everybody else, and so she's all falling in love with him. And then one day she's going down the stairs, and she sees him giving that same speech to Ivy. So she starts breaking shit, okay? She packs her stuff and says he's full of crap. She confronts everybody. She's leaving. She said it's hilarious and insane to be doing all this BS for running for councilman for the zoning council. And how is that going to lead to world domination? She's basically saying everything that people are watching the show is thinking. I know I'm thinking the same thing. Y'all doing all this, and he running for city council, girl. You act like he running for the president. She like, I'm out this bitch. I'm gone. Peace. They grab her. They hog tie her up, and they call the police and, say that she's missing or whatever. He was like, I think something needs to be happening to your wife. So then he beats her down and says she's nothing. She's no one. Nobody even knows that she's gone. Tells her she's worthless. And he has a knife in his hand. And so they throw her in a hole in the backyard. And she says, "Oh, you wouldn't have found me. If you wouldn't have found me, I would have died. I can't go to anyone because nobody's going to listen to them. They're going to think they're crazy. Nobody's going to listen to a crazy person. And they have to kill him." And in my mind, after that whole speech, I was like, this is really easy. This is really easy that she's just revealing everything that's going on, the total truth, everything in the situation. And I was like, is this a setup? This feels like a setup to me. Kai is at a rally. He's giving his word to the people. And a lady stands up and calls him out on his bullshit. He thinks he's a snake oil salesman. He uses fear. He's a reactionary, so forth and so on. She says, you are not the garbage. You are the flies that the garbage has drawn. And she will not let another candidacy of fear win. I mean, she was really doing that. She was coming through with everything I wanted to hear, okay? So she announced her candidacy for office and straight played him at the rally. And you know he don't like to be embarrassed. You know that. He says the deadline has passed. You can't run for office. And she says, guess what, boo-boo? I'm announcing my write-in candidacy. Boom! And she says she gonna relieve him of his pride or his downfall or his something, child. She gonna relieve him of something. We're in a flashback. We're a day after the election. Ivy is tripping after she saw the cut-off saw dude at the polling station voting. She said they're going to go to jail. Oh, my God. And Winter is like, you got to weed my brother. He solves everything. They go to the basement, and he wants to talk to her alone. He does the pinky thing. She don't even want to do it, but he basically said, girl, I'm going to tell Saw Man who was responsible for his arm getting cut off if you don't do this pinky thing with me. So she does the pinky thing. He asks, you know, what's your biggest thing or what's the thing you dread the most? And she says something else first. But then she says, I hate going sleeping in the bed with my wife. She talks about, the dude named Saw dude, his name was Gary. He goes into the speech about his name was Gary and he's in the hospital and he'll be back. She says she dreads laying next to her wife. She's jealous of Allie because Allie is the one who carried Oz. She wanted to carry Oz. Ivy wanted to carry Oz. She said she would have relished all the pain. And basically, Allie complained, or she like threw it in her face that she didn't want anything fake in her daughter's mouth, that she wouldn't let her feed her because she wanted the real breast. And all of that stuff. She didn't wean her baby off of the breast milk until he was 3. I said, that is gross. I mean, I know shade. I know people breastfeed their baby, but it's just weird to see a baby with teeth walking and talking who can wipe their own booty and still licking and sucking your boobie, girl. That's just strange to me. But do what y'all do, I guess. He says it was to make her more important and make you less important. And she talks about her phobias and their BS and how she voted for Jill Stein. Like, they always throw that in about how she voted for Jill Stein. I guess it's like a running joke that she voted for Jill Stein. This is like a major reason I'm pissed with her. He says, yeah, she sucks, girl, you know, whatever. Do you think that my sister will make you happy? She says she will make me happy if I had her and I had Oz. He says, have you thought about murder? She says, no, that's crazy, but you said you wanted her dead. Well, we're just going to make sure that no court will ever grant her custody of a child. So they're going to make Allie go crazy. So this is the genesis of everything that's going on. They're doing all of this to make Allie go crazy. That is why. Because Ivy is the one that's chosen to be in the cult. And just like he solved Beverly's problem with Bob, he's solving her problem with Allie. But we're just looking through the lens of Allie and not Ivy. Ivy and Meadow go to the doctor's office and she says, talk to her. She's going to tell you everything I've been saying is true. Just believe me. I'll be back in 2 hours. I was like, child, she going to be gone in 2 hours because we know that's homeboy brother. So she going to be gone. Challenger lady, I think her name was Kathy. Here, she's at her house and she hears knocking at the door all over the door. It's Allie. Allie wants to speak with her. She tells her there's a cult in the city. Kai is the leader and they're responsible for all this crazy stuff that's going on around town. So the lady actually is like super chill. She picks up like a box and she starts rolling the blunt and she like, okay girl, what we gonna do? She believes her, which is crazy. She gives a speech about men being told who they are and not knowing who they are. And she believes that this boy is no good and he needs to be stomped. So she was like, you know, if half of what you're saying is true, then we need to just get this together. We need to fix this problem right now. She said nothing shocks her because she went to Berkeley. That was hilarious to me, okay? That was like the coolest part of this whole season was that damn lady. And I'm so mad she dead. But the clowns come in the house, they break in, and Allie runs and hides. So homegirl was a G all the way to the end because she had her gun, but dude came up behind her and took the gun, and so they knocked on the ground and they was talking. You know, he took off the mask and was talking back and forth. She was like, if you kill me, it's still not gonna stop progress. And he was like, yeah, but it's gonna feel so good. So he goes to her Facebook and he writes a status about how the world is all jacked up and it's filled with superficial this and that. She's gonna kill herself. And he shoots her in the head with her own gun. So they don't murder her, they don't stab her up. Make it look like suicide. So they go and look for Ivy and they hear her panting down the hallway, one of the clowns. They open the door, it's and see her, and she sees the clown, and she recognizes that that's Ivy. She says, Ivy, and they call her, and she closes the door, and they leave. Allie returns to the doctor's office to get Meadow. Meadow is gone, just like we said. She tells that the campaign lady is dead, and Ivy was with them. He talks to her and says that she's not in danger. She's just having an episode. She really needs to check herself into a facility voluntarily. So you can tell that they're leaning towards putting her in a mental facility involuntarily. He says Meadow is gone. She's a grown woman. She could leave if she wants to. He says there's been a lot of violence going on. You need to check yourself in voluntarily, girl. She says, F you. She leaves. So Kai is at this rally, and he gives his sympathies for Kathy. Oh my God, he said, wish deepest sympathies to her family, but I will never desert her like she did. I was like, really? That is the tackiest shit you ever could say. But Allie is there at the rally, and she sees Meadow, and she starts to follow her. So she's going through the crowd and all of this. So Meadow is in the front of the crowd. She has a gun in her purse. She pulls out the gun, and she shoots Kai, and then she shoots several other people. Allie runs up to her and is pulling the gun away from her, and she says, this is what true love looks like. And she puts the gun in her mouth, shoots her head. The cops pull up, Allie have the gun. Flashback. Meadow and Kai are in the basement, and he's telling her again, she is nothing. This is when she's hogtied. But when they close the door, he says she's everything to him. She sees the truth. She sees the real him. He needs to be elevated to the national stage by her. So she is the only one who can do it. So she needs to attempt to assassinate him. Don't kill him. He gonna go to the hospital and he gonna get well, because America loves a resurrection, because we're a Christian country. He's doing it with her the whole time he's talking to her. He's having sex with her, because we all know she ain't getting none from nobody. So he's going to send her to Allie, and he wants her to tell the truth, because that's when the truth can hide in plain sight. Our everlasting love. So as I said in the beginning, this whole thing was a setup. The whole thing going to Allie, all of that was a setup to put her in place so that she would be there. I don't know if it was for her to grab the gun and all of that stuff, but it's to make her go crazy, to make her seem like she's insane. So Allie is arrested. Ivy is sitting on the thing. She's feeling guilty. And Kai is laying on a stretcher, and he's happy as the clam with a little smile on his face. So I thought it was an overall good episode. We see the dark side is kind of winning a little bit. We want that to stop. We want the good side to win, but it is what it is. I mean, we still have 4 more episodes, so I'm pretty sure. And they showed Kai taking that Adderall once again, or whatever pills he was taking. They showed him taking those pills with him and Meadow were doing their flashback thing. So, like I said, I think him not having them pills, or them pills gonna come into play at some point, I think. So just let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You guys, look at me. I'm trying to get on the schedule and do my videos on time. Okay, the editing, now that I started editing more, it takes longer for me to put the video out, because it takes so long for me to edit the video. So forgive me. I'm working on my schedule. Like I said, I'm trying to get them out in a timely fashion. So just work with me. I'm just a beginner. Okay, guys? So y'all be blessed. Have a great week. I will see you next week. Peace.